There we go. Okay. So our service today will start with Sambujo on page 22, followed by the Hyobakomon. And during the chanting of Jusei, after the chanting of the Hyobakomon, Sensei will read the names of the Shotsuki Hoyo members that have passed away in the month of March. And during the chanting of Jusei Gei, all the Shotsuki families can come up to Oshoko.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together in God's show or bow your head in contemplation. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nots, Namo Nots, Namo Nots. We are gathered here today in observance of the White River Buddhist Temple's monthly Shotsuki service to remember those who have passed away in the month of March. This month, we remember Tatsu Sato Abe, Masunuki Yamada, Tazo Nishimura, Yoshio Horiuchi, Tamayo Mikami, Mitsuo Ikuta, Harry Susumu Anzai, Tsutae Taini Taketa, Hiroto Mizoguchi, Kai Honore Hansen, Shigeru Nishimura, Ted Tadao Komoto, Kimi Teraoka, Tokie Nakai, Bobby Akira Tanabe, Benjamin Tsutomu Taketa, Toshi Terayama, Itsuko Funai, Satoru Kato, Stan Tsujikawa, Yasumi Kinoshita, Steve Kato, and all others who have passed in the month of March. May the fragrance of the incense teach us the purity of our intention. May the beauty of the flowers offered teach us of life's impermanence. May the light that burns brightly teach us of Amida's great wisdom and compassion. Please put your hands together in Gasho and repeat the number 2 with me. Namo Midabutsu. Namo Midabutsu. Namo Midabutsu. Namo Knots. Namo Knots. Namo Knots. Sa Can I ask us all once more to please put our hands together in Gosho or bow your head in contemplation as we say once more, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nox, Namo Nox, Namo Nox, Namo.
Now please stand if you are able for the reading of the three treasures on page 3. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Now please turn to page 178 for the Gatha Texture of Life. Thank you. You may now be seated. And now we will have a Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together in Gosho or bow your head in contemplation as I read these words from the Amida Sutra. Again, Sariputra, in the land of perfect bliss, there are many pools of 7 kinds of jewels, full of water with the 8 excellent qualities. The bottoms of the pools are covered entirely with sands of gold. On the 4 sides of the pools, there are stairways made of gold, silver, lapis lazuli, and crystal. Multi-storied pavilions, majestically adorned with gold, silver, lapis lazuli, crystal, sapphire, red pearl, and carnelian, stand alongside the banks. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Well, hello, everyone. It's been a couple of weeks since I saw everyone's faces. But hopefully you were able to enjoy last week's Eitaikyo service, BCA Eitaikyo service. Hopefully it was interesting to see a different ritual that we hardly ever do. And apologize if the ministers went a little too fast for you. I don't even know if they put up the how to chant it, but I was sitting in the room. I felt bad because all the ministers were kind of like pushing it along, and everybody else kind of dropped out in the back. And I was like, oh no. But this is also a learning opportunity for us ministers in that we need to start letting people know about these other things that we chant, about what we're able to do. And so, we're talking and we're thinking about, starting these, and not saying it's going to start now, but in the future, when we ever do a special service like that again, to explain it to everyone and have them practice it at least once so that you know what's coming. So hopefully everyone's couple of weeks has been okay. I know I've been freezing my butt off again after going down to Sacramento. So it was nice and warm down in Sacramento, and then coming back up, it was kind of chilly, and so my Southern California blood started kicking back in and going, oh, it's too cold up here. But anyways, too long chatting. But this morning we are observing our March Shotsuki Hoyo, our monthly memorial service for the month of March, in which we remember all of those who have passed away within this month. Not only those members who have helped this temple, but everybody who has passed away in the month of March. And so, as I have said earlier, is that I will try my best to go through the Metta Sutra, one of the 3 Pure Land Sutras that we Jodo Shinshu Buddhists look to for guidance. And I will try to explain it and go through it with you all. And this part, which is only half of a paragraph, I should say, is another part of visualization, right? This visualization in how Shakyamuni Buddha, who is the one telling us about Amida Buddha, right? Amida Buddha is a statue in the middle of an altar. How Shakyamuni Buddha describes Amida Buddha's Pure Land, the land of perfect bliss. And again, as someone with aphantasia, as I said last month, in that when I close my eyes, I can't necessarily picture objects, right? Again, I understand the concept. For example, let's do another quick example of visualization. So if I could have everyone please close your eyes and think about a table. Right? A table. Right? Do you have that picture in your mind? A table. Let me have you open your eyes again, because you're going to fall asleep. But how many people saw a table? Quite a few people. Were people able to see what type of table, as in the shape of the table? Shape of the table? How many people were able to tell what the table was made out of? Right? What the table was made out of? As someone with aphantasia, I don't see any of that. I see blackness. Right? So with going through the Metta Sutra and reading what I should be visualizing, right? As I said last month, I feel very, very incompetent as a minister because I can't visualize this. But again, I could understand these concepts. So what I wanted to go over was this visualization with the 7 kinds of jewels the Pure Land is made of. Right? How many of you rare, like rare crystals, sapphires, other types of jewelries. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, because right, it's something that is precious, right? It's something that is rare, right? It's something that is unique. And so it is interesting to note that the Pure Land, Amida Buddha's Pure Land, is full of these rare gems, right? These 7 types of jewels, I will really quickly list, and they are gold. Right? I know what gold looks like. Gold. not actual gold, but gold in color, right? Gold. Silver, right? I know what silver looks like. The back of my fan is silver, right? I know what silver is. Lapis lazuli, right? Lapis lazuli. I honestly have not touched lapis lazuli, of course, but I've seen it in museums. Right, museums. Crystal. It's pretty common now because there's different ways to manufacture crystal now. And there's different colors, right? There's different shapes. So crystal. Sapphire. I think everyone knows what sapphire looks like. Sapphires. A nice blue, light blue to dark blue color. Carnelian. Do you know what carnelian is? Some people are nodding. Some people are saying no, which is fine. I'm not. This is not a quiz. Carnelian. It's what's the best way to describe it? It's like a brown, red, orangish color. It's a gem, though. It's a gem. And the last one is red pearl. Red pearl. I've never seen a red pearl before. How many have seen a red pearl before? I don't think many people, because I've been looking it up online, and technically it doesn't exist naturally. It doesn't exist naturally. You have to dye it to get it, especially a red color. Right? There's pink pearls. We know what pink pearls are. Those exist naturally. But red pearls, they don't really exist. Right? So thinking of these 7 jewels, gold, silver, lapis lazuli, crystal, sapphire, red pearl, carnelian, making up the Pure Land. Can you visualize it? Can you visualize it? And if I told you to visualize it, would you be able to describe it to someone? As someone, again, who has aphantasia, I go down this list, and I'll start from the beginning to the end of what I quoted. The bottoms of the pools are covered entirely with sands of gold. So all I imagine is a pool with like a gold bottom. Like someone who is really, really rich could only afford, right? A gold bottom. But then it goes on that on the 4 sides of the pools, there are stairways made of gold, silver, lapis lazuli, and crystal. I could sort of imagine what that is. But I'm also interested on how you visualize this, right? Which part of the steps I should phrase it like this. What are the steps made of? What kind of special gem is it made of? Is it the gold? Is it the silver? Lapis lazuli? or crystal? Is there handlebars to get out of that pool? Right? What are those made of? As we continue on in the sutra, it says multi-storied pavilions, majestically adorned with the 7 jewels, stand alongside the banks. Right? So there's pavilions right next to the banks of these pools. And that's when my visualization kind of goes away. It's way too much for me to visualize. It's way too much for me to visualize. But I'm also talking about this, right? Not only for you to visualize it and ask you how you visualize it, but also to remind you that this is a scenery that those who have passed see upon entering the Pure Land. We say in Jodo Shinji Buddhism that when you pass in this world, you immediately are born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, which means that those who have passed see or able to witness the majesty, the beautifulness of Amida Buddha's Pure Lands with these 7 kinds of jewels. But also in Jodo Shinchi Buddhism, we say that once our loved ones go to the Pure Land, right? Once they go to Amida Buddha's Pure Land, they immediately become Buddhas. And then immediately they come back to this world. They immediately come back to this world. So the thing is that Amida Buddha's Pure Land is the land of perfect bliss. The land where everything is made of 7 kinds of jewels, 7 kinds of rare gems. But our loved ones immediately go from the Pure Land back to our world. They leave that wonderful land to come back to our world to help guide us. To help guide us. How wonderful is that? How wonderful is that? That their priority is not staying in the Pure Land and waiting in those pools with those 7 kinds of jewels, or hanging around those banks, feeling the sun. Instead, they immediately come back and help guide us. They help guide us. How wonderful is that? How wonderful is that? And I thought this would be something nice for us to think about today for our Shotsuki Hoyo service, our monthly memorial service. That those who have passed come back as Buddhas, leaving behind a world that we ourselves would possibly love to live in, just to be back with us and guide us through our lives. And this is a reason why we say Nam Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha, because Amida Buddha understands, right, that their wish is to help us to become Buddhas than to help us. And Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion has the ability to do that. Through Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion, our loved ones become Buddhas. Leave the land of perfect bliss and come back to us. How wonderful is that? That we could still have this time with our loved ones. And so, in closing, I would like us to put our hands together in Gasho, bow your head in contemplation, as we think about this wondrous fact. And Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Namo.
Thank you, Reverend Cindy, for your Dharma message. Please now rise if you're able for the Gatha Ondoksan on page 153. Now please turn to page 8 and read along with me the Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others working for the good of society. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Okay. Thank you. You may now be seated. Okay, so now it is the time to welcome some guests. We do have some guests that haven't been here maybe in a long time. We have Shinya and Jane Ichikawa here visiting today. Thank you for coming. Do we have any other first-time guests? Oh. Thank you for coming, Darcy. Anyone else? Okay. So for announcements, I actually have a lost and found item here. It's a pearl earring. It's not a pierced earring. It's like a clip type earring. So I'll just leave it up here in case somebody knows who it belongs to. Any announcements today?
Good morning. I'm Georgette from the White Rivers BWA, Buddhist Women's Association. Just wanted to let you know that there'll be a joint service later this month on the, 24th? So on the 23rd, people are going to be at the Tacoma Temple starting at 9 a.m. making mochi that will be distributed the day of the service. So anyone who wants to get their fingers dirty, sort of, join down at Tacoma Temple. Thank you.
Good morning. Just a quick reminder that today after service, everyone is welcome to a fundraising meeting. We're going to have some discussion about fundraisers and looking forward to any new ideas you have for fundraisers. As we all know, our Sangha is getting older, and it's harder to do a lot of the labor-intensive fundraisers that we've been having. So please come with your ideas and join us.
Well, we had a lot of fun last Wednesday when we went to the Ray of Hope and served dinner. And, you know, it's always so exciting to go there because everybody loves our food. And they come back for seconds and thirds. So we know we did something good. So the other thing is, you take a look on the table out front, and you will see this little flyer. March 20th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 1, is a ribbon cutting. They're not opening the Auburn Food Bank right now, but where they're having the grand opening is right next to that whole complex, along with the Auburn Resource Center, is where we serve the meals at the Ray of Hope. So take a tour of the new space, have some refreshments. And the other thing is, I've placed the change jar out front. So the Sangha, the Ray of Hope is a Sangha project. And so anytime you have extra quarters and dollars, please go ahead and put them in our change jar for the Ray of Hope. And then every 3 months, we'll collect the change, and that can go back into our account for paying for the food that we serve. Thank you.
Sorry, maybe from now on when I do my announcements, I'll do it from down there. But I just wanted to have 3 announcements since the weeks go on quick. So I know all of it is in your most of it is on your flyers, but I just wanted to remind you that on March 24th, there is a special guest speaker in town, Reverend Toshiyuki Umitani, I should say Bishop Toshiyuki Umitani of the Bishop of Honba, Hongaji's Mission of Hawaii, sorry. We will be having a joint Spring Ohigan service on March 24th at the Tacoma Buddhist Temple. Right? And just to highlight, it's at 10 a.m., so half an hour before. So you're welcome to join us in person at Tacoma Buddhist Temple at 10 a.m. for the joint Spring Ohigan service. Or you can come here, and we will most likely have a projector up projecting the service for you. So you could either be here or at Tacoma Buddhist Temple on March 24th to listen to Bishop Toshiyuki Umitani for the Seattle Tacoma White River Joint Spring Ohigan service. Okay. Next, I'm going to really quickly announce this in Japanese. It's for a Japanese seminar by Seattle Between for Spring Ohigan. 3月23日土曜日です。ね、海谷総長ですよね。誰だっけ、ハワイ教育海峡の総長が、伝承コミュニティルームに春のお彼岸セミナーをします。トピックはハワイ教育の活動とその仏教的意義というセミナーでございます。そのセミナーは10時から12時までです。 その後はお昼があるそうです。ポトラックですね。ポトラックだからセミナーの後皆様とセミナーのことを話すことができます。それまた3月23日土曜日の10時から12時まで伝承コミュニティルームでシアター別院仏教会春のお彼岸セミナーがあります。はい、それ以上です。Okay. Lastly, I want to, and this is why it's the last thing that I'm going to announce, but please remember next week is daylight savings time. So I have to highlight this, and this is the last thing. Next week is daylight savings time. So it was very nice. Roger set forward the clocks. So if you look at all the clocks, it's an hour early to get ready for next week. So you don't have to set your clocks forward ahead an hour right now, but please, next Sunday is the day where you spring forward, right? If you come at the usual time, you'll be half an hour late. So please, it's okay if you do forget to spring forward, but please, this is your announcement to put your clocks remind yourself to put your clocks forward next Sunday. Okay, and that is all my announcements.
Okay, so now we have our closing words. If you have your pamphlet for today, you can read along with me. My life is not only my life, but also the life of others, sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namam Davits. Namam Davits. Namam Davits. Namam Davits. Okay, thank you so much for coming to White River today, and hope you have a safe drive home.